Great, this is a video for round dance. The first section it's very quiet and it says dolce underneath, so that means sweet, and it's got these lovely hairpins in which the first bar you get louder and then you come away. So let's just practice on open strings to get the dynamics really good. And I suggest you start in the middle of the bow, but what I'm going to say is when you do the two notes in a slur, let's go to the heel for that bit so that you can do a nice crescendo. Then what I want you to do is come away and end up in the middle again. Let me show you. So I'm going to start with D. I'm starting with D and then open strings, so A, A, A. So I'm going to start halfway in the middle of my bow. I'm going to come all the way to the heel and then stop halfway again. So you can do a big crescendo and come away. So that pattern of bowing really helps to make the dynamics clear. So if you then add the fingers, you've got one finger on the D string and then one finger on the A string. So you're going from E to B. That's a little bit awkward because you have to jump the same finger across the strings. If your finger is fat enough, it can sometimes fit between the strings and you can manage to touch both at the same time with slightly rocking your hand. But I imagine if your fingers are quite small, unless your violin is very diddy, that might be a bit tricky. But have a little play. Start with your first finger on the D and you're going to start in the middle of your bow. Really gentle right hand, really soft, and feel the weight of your arm. Full bow here, and then a short bow. And come away here. So the first little section from from the first bar to bar 5 is just a repeated pattern with a beautiful crescendo, and just make sure you get the slurs in the right places. The next section is a little bit trickier. You've got to try and get your bowing, so it's really what this says here. You've got an extra down bow, and what they've got is 3 notes in the slur, and then you stop the bow, stop, and then play the next down bow in the same direction but without a slur. So again, think about whereabouts in the bow you're doing it. So start in the middle and practice doing that bowing. And then make sure you come all the way to the heel for those separated notes. Stop in the middle again. And back to the heel. With your 4th finger, don't forget your elbow is flexible and your thumb is flexible here. So you never have to feel like you're stretching too far. You just have to reach over to make that 4th finger nice and curvy. Just so you stretch out for that. Great. The second half is exactly the same, and the only bit you have to do in the middle, which is a bit different, is this pattern. And then you're back to the beginning. It's exactly the same until you get to the end. Good luck.